This game was not an accident, not a bad bounce, not a fluke of execution or a temporary lapse that can be waved away with coach speak and optimism. It was a warning shot, a diagnostic result that laid bare everything the Dallas Cowboys are and everything they are not. And if you understand football beyond the box score, the conclusion is unavoidable. The Cowboys' defensive collapse was systemic, philosophical, and structural, and the aftermath of that loss makes one truth inescapable: Christian Parker's arrival is not about tweaking coverages or changing terminology. It is about rewiring how this defense thinks, communicates, and survives in a modern NFL that punishes hesitation and rewards cohesion. What unfolded on the field was not just a failure to stop an opponent. It was a failure to operate as a single unit, with defensive backs misaligned, leverage blown pre-snap, safeties late to rotate, corners unsure whether they were pattern matching or playing true zone, and linebackers caught between responsibilities because the back end could not provide clarity. This is the real reason the Cowboys bled explosive plays all season long, including the Week 18 loss to the Giants that should haunt this organization far more than any highlight reel touchdown. It was the moment where confusion replaced confidence and hesitation replaced aggression, and no amount of talent can survive that environment. That is the game's lasting consequence. It forced the Cowboys to confront the fact that talent without structure is wasted, and speed without understanding is useless. Christian Parker was hired because he understands this at a granular level, forged under Vic Fangio's unforgiving defensive ecosystem, where communication is not optional, and mental errors are treated as physical failures. Parker is not coming to Dallas to simplify the defense in the way fans often demand after losses. He is coming to impose clarity, and clarity requires leaders on the field who already speak the language fluently. This is why Reed Blankenship is not just another free agent name, not a depth signing, not a luxury ad. He is a structural solution to a philosophical problem. Blankenship represents the missing connective tissue in a secondary that has been operating like 5 individual contractors instead of a synchronized machine. In Fangio's hybrid 3-4 world, the safety is not just a last line of defense. He is the hinge upon which the entire coverage structure swings, responsible for disguises, rotations, run fits, and most critically, pre-snap alignment. Dallas did not lose games because their defensive backs were incapable of covering. They lost because they were often covering the wrong thing, at the wrong depth, with the wrong leverage, and doing so half a second too late. That half second is the difference between a contested throw and a walk-in touchdown in today's NFL. Blankenship's value is not measured in interceptions or splash plays, but in erased mistakes that never make the broadcast, in receivers rerouted correctly because the corner trusted his help, in linebackers triggering downhill because they knew the post safety would be exactly where he was supposed to be. With 2 years of experience under Fangio and Parker, Blankenship does not need a learning curve. He is already calibrated to the system Dallas is about to install, which means he becomes an extension of the coaching staff on the field from day one. That matters because the Cowboys cannot afford another season of growing pains. The roster has holes everywhere, the cap is finite, and the draft alone cannot fix a defense that lacks internal coherence. Free agency is not about chasing stars for Dallas right now. It is about buying certainty, and Blankenship offers exactly that at a price point that borders on criminal value. At an estimated $7.1 million per year, this is not a gamble. It is an efficiency play, the kind smart teams make when they understand that stability on the back end elevates everyone else. Pass rush improves when coverage rules are executed cleanly. Corners look better when they are not guessing. Linebackers play faster when they trust the picture behind them. This is how defenses are built sustainably, not through highlight signings, but through players who eliminate chaos. The long-term consequence of this game, and of the season it punctuated, is that the Cowboys no longer have the luxury of denial. They cannot pretend that minor adjustments will solve major failures. Christian Parker's scheme demands buy-in, intelligence, and communication, and Reed Blankenship embodies those traits in a way this roster desperately needs. If Dallas wants to stop being a team that looks talented on paper and fragile on Sundays, this is the path forward. Acquire players who already understand the standard, who can teach it by example, and who raise the collective football IQ of the unit. This is not about rebuilding. It is about correcting course before another season slips away under the weight of preventable mistakes. Fans who crave substance should see this clearly. The Cowboys' defensive future hinges not on flashy names, but on disciplined execution. And Blankenship is the type of move that signals an organization finally willing to confront uncomfortable truths and act on them. Ignore this lesson, and the same breakdowns will repeat under different coordinators and different slogans. Embrace it. And Dallas has a chance to turn a humiliating outcome into the foundation of a defense that finally understands itself. If that reality resonates, if you recognize the difference between noise and knowledge, then react, engage, and subscribe, because this is the conversation that actually matters.